Welcome everyone to InsurTech Rising Live. Over the course of this week, we will be bringing you a range of webinars, thought leadership articles, as well as our first e-magazine of 2019. Remember to visit the InsurTech Rising 365 blog for all Digital Week content. In this final webinar, we welcome Julian Teicke, co-founder and CEO at wefox Group, to explore reinventing insurance at the scale and why the future of insurance will be proactive. We will be live tweeting this webinar, so you can join in the conversation using the hashtag InsurTechRisingLive. While our webinars this week have been pre-recorded, you can still submit questions during the presentation. Send them to us using the Ask a Question module on your screen or by tweeting us. We will be passing these on to the presenters and coming back with a unique article featuring the answers. You will also notice that we have compiled a resource list of all of our webinars. Feel free to download and click through the information we have created for you. I will now hand over to Julian.
Hello, welcome everyone. This is Julian, CEO and founder of wefox Group, and I'm very excited and happy to tell you a little bit about how we have started our company, where we are right now, and what's our goal and approach to reinventing insurance at scale. So the wefox Group is built on a couple of theses about how we see insurance today, but also how we see insurance tomorrow. We want to be the shaper of what we see as insurance tomorrow. So what we see as insurance today is something that whenever new people start at our company, and I welcome them, I do the same exercise over and over again. I ask them, what is it that you associate with insurance? Please do a bit of a brainstorming. And in every single session, every single month with new people, I get the same three answers. Insurance is complex, insurance is intransparent, and insurance is inconvenient. And this is something quite interesting when you look at what insurance is really about. It's about creating safety. It's about enabling people to feel safe, enabling people to be safe. So insurance of tomorrow may not be the way that insurance is today. Insurance must be instant, must be convenient, must be simple, must be transparent. Also, if you look at insurance today, it's actually a pretty shitty experience, just from the business model perspective. I mean, you're answering a couple of static variables, you're getting a price, you pay monthly, you basically forget what you're paying for and what's covered and what's not covered. And then something bad happens, and in the best case, you get money back. So insurance today is financial compensation from uncertain risk. But if we look into the future, and especially what is happening with IoT data, and I always say we're just at the beginning of what I call the third data revolution. So the first data revolution has been the book printing. Over centuries, really, it has changed our world dramatically, but it has taken centuries. The second data revolution has been the internet. Exponential growth of data. It has changed our world within 20 years, absolutely dramatically. It has changed every area of our lives significantly. But what we're about to experience is the IoT data revolution, the third data revolution, exponential growth of data. And that will have an impact on all of our areas in life, on all industries. And in insurance, it will have a very big impact. So insurance of the future is proactive protection from likely risks based on IoT data. So essentially, insurance is going to not just be coming in when it's too late. Insurance will be providing support before something bad happens. Why? Because we're going to be able to assess risk of an individual in real time based on a large amount of variables with a lot of accuracy. And thus tell the customer before something happens that he's about to engage in risk. And the customer will then have the opportunity to say, all right, I'm going to not engage in that risk. So insurance is becoming a risk-reducing service. Or the customer is saying, okay, I'm engaging in that risk consciously, but I do want to be perfectly covered. So financial service will stay a part of insurance. Or the customer says, thank you for making me aware. I want to carry that risk by myself. Proactive protection from likely risks based on IoT data. Insurance becoming a life coach, much rather as what we know today of insurance as a product where you basically have no engagement with and very negative emotions. And the third hypothesis is, well, insurance today is mainly created for salespeople, for tied agents, for brokers. We're going to see the numbers later, but it's around 91% of all personal lines by premium sold by human beings. Insurance companies create the products for the human agents. They don't create the products for the customers. And they didn't do so for decades and decades and decades. Non-digital sales are by far the largest contributors of revenues today. And the product innovation cycles at insurance companies are very slow, not even close to where they should be in the digital age and the changing consumer demands. It takes a couple of months for a new product to be developed and released. This should take only a few minutes. So insurance of tomorrow will be fully digital sales, and the human will play a role in this, but he will be seamlessly integrated into a fully digital experience whenever needed. And when will he be needed? He will not be needed for the household, liability, car insurance, the commoditized simple products. But when it comes to big life decisions about, all right, what am I going to do if I can't work anymore? What will happen to my family? How can I protect myself from poverty when I'm old? What will happen to my family if I die all of a sudden? These type of questions are questions where you need guidance, help, but a perfectly integrated consultation from a human in the digital experience. So what wefox Group is doing is we're helping to shape that insurance ecosystem of tomorrow by not just working on small little pieces, but really working on the whole thing. And with one fully digital insurance company, we've proven now that we can build fully digital, simple insurance products. With wefox, our digital distribution arm, we've proven that we're able to provide a fully digital customer experience on all insurance products, P&C, life, and health. And we are able to integrate the human expert whenever needed into the digital experience. So we've built a great foundation, but with our vision, we're going to achieve so much more. Because what we have done and communicated and defined as our vision, what's at the core of what we do, is that what should be at the core of insurance products is everything we are about. We are about enabling people to be safe. This is the core of insurance that has gotten lost over decades and decades and decades of insurance going in the wrong direction. Because if we look at how insurance has evolved, it's not a coincidence that insurance is an experience as it is today, has associations as it has today. The reason for why insurance does not have at its core, its actual original core purpose of enabling people to feel safe, is because insurance is the most beautiful business model in the capitalistic world. Just imagine, you have a customer who pays in money to the insurance company. The insurance company doesn't need to pay back that money straight away. There's a delay in paying back. So the insurance company has the money, can invest the money at capital markets, make more money out of the money that customers gave them, and on average pay back less to the customers than the customers paid in, right? So this is, for decades, it has been a money printing machine, okay? And insurance companies and CEOs never had to worry about what the customer actually wants or needs. All they had to worry about is, how do I get more money into my money printing machine, right? So they created products for the salespeople. And the interest was not simplicity, was not convenience, was not transparency. I argue it was quite the opposite. It was selling insurance by confusion and by creating fear and uncertainty. And this is what has screwed up insurance over the last decades. Now we are at a time where new players will rise up. And these players need to have the core promise of insurance at its center, enabling people to feel safe, to be safe. And the reason why now is the right time is because of two mega trends that are happening right now. The number one trend is there's no more capital returns. So insurance companies need to fulfill their shareholders' wishes by increasing the risk returns. That can be done by reducing operational costs. Can also be done by, for example, paying out less claims, making the claim process hell. So that in an age where the customer is not just the king, but is the dictator, is something that can melt away even the biggest balance sheets of our planet. So we believe that by enabling people to be safe at the core of everything we do, we're amongst the players that can dominate the tomorrow of insurance. So how do we do it? We have a couple of values. We do it by delivering trust. We do it by delivering simplicity. And we do it by delivering connection. Okay? So these are the three things on how you can generate a feeling of safety. Let's look at the left part, the trust. You as a consumer, you don't need to understand all of the complexity of the current insurance market and the terms and conditions. You don't want to do that investment. What you need is a person that you trust, that understands all of this and does it for you. This is wefox. Simplicity. If you understand insurance yourself as a customer, if the terms and conditions are simple, if the user experience is simple, if it's transparent, if it's instant, if it's clear, you don't need any human in between. You feel safe because you understand, right? And what has been developing over the last 12 months is a third element that helps us fulfill our purpose, which is connection. You don't need anything from the outside to really feel safe. You have the ability from within to create a feeling of safety if you build a connection to yourself. And this is something that I'm going to present to you today. A third business unit that is going to launch over the next 12 to 24 months in the wefox group, and is an amazing opportunity for the entire insurance ecosystem. So the goal of wefox is digital distribution, being the #1 digital distribution platform globally. Because we believe that all distribution will be digital in the future. And I think wefox has an amazing value proposition to rise to becoming the #1. One is not about really reinventing insurance as we know today. One will be a real-time risk reducing service. And Nexus will be the platform that connects insurance companies to digital distribution channels like wefox. And I think the one thing that's really special about how we are running our company is that we're making sure that the people follow some principles that are important to us. We believe that we need a very special crowd of people that can implement our vision. And we have that very special crowd of people. And what is connecting us is that we all believe that we can make things possible because we're in control of our own destiny. We don't need anyone. We take full responsibility for our own actions, and we know that nothing is impossible if we believe in it. We are a very, very strong team, and we know that just by building relationships, strong relationships internally, we can achieve great things. We know that real value is only created when we focus, when we do substantial work, when we really think about how to change things and take time for thinking, take time for deep work, take time for prioritization, not be the victim of things that are happening around us and just constantly run away from them or run after them. No, we're in charge by working focused. Communication is absolutely key. We understand that every human understands things very differently. And we take the conscious effort to communicate in a way that people understand. It's the responsibility of the sender that the recipient understands. And it's really important for us to be the way we are. Every single individual is respected the way he is. We don't want and need a professional mask. So this is the foundation for the wefox group and where we're going. It's the people. It's the people. So what have we achieved so far? So we launched just a few years ago. We're now at around 200 employees across 7 offices in Europe. wefox is our scalable distribution channel. We're going to be live in around 8 countries this year. Right now we have around 1,500 brokers on our platform. We have around 350,000 customers on our platform. We're managing all different business lines for our customers and for our brokers in personal lines, P&C, health, and life. One has been launched just a year ago. Fully digital European insurance carrier with a license for all of Europe for P&C. And we are now live in Germany with very simple, easy products. Household liability, but we've been tremendously successful. We've sold over 70,000 policies since launch. And we have an amazing network of partners that are supporting us. So Munich Re is not just our reinsurer. They're also supporting us financially, but they're also supporting us on a strategic level in a joint venture that we built, which has the goal of reinventing insurance products to what I said before, to become proactive protection from all likely risks based on IoT data, and getting access to their tremendous amount of data, metadata about global risks. So this partnership is extremely valuable for us. And I think when you look at it, insurance, there hasn't been any disruptor any company that actually changed anything in a big way. Maybe a little bit of buzz, but nothing real. And I think that's because it's either young guys saying, these old guys, they don't know, they grew up when there was still fax machines, they have no clue about digital. We can completely disrupt this industry. And they fail because they misunderstand the value of experience. They don't understand the dynamics. Or it's the old guys that say, these young guys, agile, blah, 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 technology, blah, blah, blah. They don't know insurance. And they fail because they don't understand the possibilities of technology. So what we've built is a really good mix of young people and experienced people, of people that understand technology, that understand what is possible, that understand how fast our world is changing, and people that understand that insurance is a different beast. And we have the regulator, and we have a slow-moving consumer goods industry. And that's why I'm very happy that we have such great people with Tassos as the CEO of wefox, Stefan as the CEO of One. So we're really having a good mix here. And I'm also super happy about these amazing investors, right? So Salesforce joined us very early on. Just now, we just announced a round with Mubadala in the lead. They have around 225 million under management, billion, sorry, under management. Goldman is on board. So a set of amazing investors that really believe in our vision and our ability to execute. So let's focus on wefox first. So as I told you, our hypothesis is that insurance distribution will be fully digital. So today it's not. We have 41% distribution via tied agents. We have 50% via brokers. We have 9% via direct. Experts 10 years ago said this number should be at least twice as high today. It's not. 91% are sold via humans. Tied agents is going down. Brokers actually increasing. So we said with our hypothesis that we believe in fully digital distribution and a fully digital customer experience with the integration of a human when needed, when things become more complex or sensitive, but in a fully digital way, we think that tapping that network of 15 million brokers globally, managing 3 billion customers, is the perfect market entry strategy for us in order to have enough experts for our customers, to provide enough trust to our customers. So this is really what we've built. We've built a solution for insurance brokers to serve the needs of their customers in today's world, because brokers don't have that, okay? So brokers, if we look at the left side, have relationships with a lot of insurance companies, but they don't get great terms with these insurance companies because of their volumes. They're not massive volumes, right? So their customers pay a premium to the insurance company, insurance pays a commission to the broker, and they just earn way too little for the work that they're doing and the abilities that they have, because the process that they're following is a terrible process. And when I started this business, my dad is an insurance broker. And after me having built up my first tech business in 2015 and having sold in 2015, and knowing the possibility of technology, and then looking at my dad's business, I really felt, wow, we can do a lot, okay? So brokers, they have to find their own customers, okay? And what they usually do is they infiltrate private networks, their friends, their family, recommendations, right? Not a very scalable way. Then they have a first meeting. They understand the situation. This is mostly a physical meeting. Then there's a manual meeting preparation. Then they drive there again, second meeting. They get a signature on paper. They coordinate the communication with the insurance company. They receive the policy. They put it into a paper folder. They follow up and try to have a yearly check, but they really can't manage all of their customers' needs and requests because they lack the tools. They also have to negotiate with all of these insurance companies all the time, you know. That's not creating any value for them. And they're not getting any great terms. And there's around 300 insurance companies. Like, this could be a job by itself, right? They need to service their customers. Simple requests, claims, all of that stuff. And they need to make sure chase insurance companies that they've received the right amount of money. So time-consuming paperwork. On top of that is all of that regulation coming in, you know, that makes their work even more complicated and more time-consuming and more forms. So this is what wefox is offering. We're saving time and energy, okay? So wefox is in the middle of brokers and customers. Sorry, in the middle of brokers and insurance companies. So brokers receive a full-blown digital backend in which they manage all of their relationship with their customers. Customers receive a digital application, a single point of contact for everything insurance related, where they have an overview of all of their insurance policies from all insurance companies and can manage all of their requests fully digital. But if they need to connect to their broker when something gets more serious, you know, they can very easily do it via the app, via video conference, connect to their broker, okay? And the big advantage here is that, of course, we're pooling brokers, right? So we can get much better terms from the insurance companies. But let's go to the right. So the first thing that we do, and where we create value for the broker, is we find customers for him in his direct proximity. So we have 1,500 brokers in our network now. And when a customer is looking for life insurance or health insurance, the more complicated products, we capture that need and we match this customer with the best broker in the proximity. That customer then goes through a fully digital risk analysis. We understand all of his life situation. And based on his needs and based on his current insurance coverage, we do two things. We automatically schedule a meeting for the broker into his calendar, but we also then prepare the meeting with the best offers from the market. So all that the broker needs to do is log onto wefox in the morning, look at his calendar, click on a meeting. He didn't need to find that customer. He didn't need to prepare the meeting. He just clicks and enters a virtual meeting. In this virtual meeting, he guides him through a need-based presentation that has been customized to the needs of the consumer, of this specific customer, and clicks on a button, sends the offer to the app of the customer. He digitally signs. wefox automatically takes care of the policy issuing. The policy is put into the digital wallet of the customer. And we take care that the broker checks with each one of his customers at least once per year to understand the life situation and to rebuild trust. And on top of that, we're taking care of many things. We're taking care of the time waster, the relationship negotiation with insurance companies, the 300 insurance companies. And we're getting much better terms. We're taking care of the servicing. So claims, questions of the customer base, we're taking care of. Automated in many cases, but also we have a back office for the broker, second level service in each country. And we are essentially the source of income for the broker. We make sure that on a bi-weekly basis, he receives his payments, and they are matched to every contract. And if an insurance company has failed to pay out, we chase the insurance company. So there's a payment guarantee for the broker. We're leveraging technology and AI. We have a full-blown back office for the broker. So this is the future of broker. This is the future of how these 15 million brokers serve their customers. Let's look at an example. So a broker comes to our platform, and he has around 300 customers. His customers pay a premium of around 240,000. The insurance blended, and I'm talking blend between one-off and recurring commissions, is around 18%. So the commission that he receives on average is around 42,000. So let's look at the wefox cohort. So we're helping the broker find new customers in this direct proximity. We're doubling the amount of customers in the first 12 months. We're more than doubling what the customers pay in terms of premium. Why? Two things. Number one, the broker doesn't know all of the existing policies of his own customer base. So in the onboarding process of customers, they upload all of the other policies and the broker starts earning money on them as well. But also we have the new business process, optimizing the sales process by minimizing the effort. We have much better commissions. And in the end, the total revenue after 12 months that we generate per agent is around 148,000. We take around 30% of that. The broker is at 104,000. So more than doubling the revenue of the broker in the first 12 months by creating a win-win situation between broker and customer. So if we look at what we've built with wefox, we have a pretty strong value proposition for customers. We have a pretty strong value proposition for brokers. But when we thought and started thinking about how to evolve the business model going forward, we realized that our value proposition for insurance companies is not a very strong one. So we are a broker pool. The stronger we get, the weaker the insurance companies get in terms of negotiation power. Insurance companies, maybe short-term, like pools, but long-term, they don't like pools, okay? So we had to come up with a better value proposition for insurance companies. And we realized that if we want to build out that value proposition with one of our 300 partners, we're actually going to have a pretty tough time. And it's going to take a very long time because of the coordination effort. So what we decided is, in order to build a really sustainable value proposition for insurance companies, we're gonna need to have our own innovation vehicle, our own experimentation vehicle. We need to be very agile in the development of this interface for insurance companies. And we can only do so if we have a speedboat in our group. So that's one. One is a fully digital insurance company. It is completely SLA driven. It is extremely flexible. So the products are highly modular. We have a big focus on claims handling. We aim to have 60% paid out within the first 3 minutes. And we have a give back concept where, based on positive behavior for the community, individuals, not the community, but individuals. And one is the first insurance company that's fully integrated into the wefox marketplace. So with one, we have built out the connection between insurance companies and wefox in a way that can now be offered to all other insurance companies out there. Real-time integration, integrated claims, digital documentation, integrated policy management. But before I come to this and explain you more details, so the keyword here is nexus, I will explain to you later. I want to explain to you what we actually mean by reinventing insurance. So this is what I've talked about, right? This is the data revolution. And we're now getting into a time where IoT devices are exploding in amount. Data generated from them is exploding, and it will just change everything. And in order to create the insurance product of the future, proactive protection from all likely risks based on IoT data, you need to have an architecture to build insurance that allows to build this future. And this architecture is built on 3 pillars. So the first one is, we're not thinking monolithic insurance products. We're thinking hyper-modular insurance products. So when you look at an accident insurance coverage, we have a bike accident module that is part of it, but could potentially be insured just by itself. These modules need to theoretically be turned on and off based on the second. So just when you're on the bike, all right? And you don't want to, before you go on the bike, get out your phone, tap activate, then you get off the bike, go on your phone, tap deactivate. What you want is that it automatically activates and deactivates based on IoT data. So for example, your sensor on your phone, for example, your geolocation, but for example, also your bike. So this is what we want, okay? And this is what we are delivering. The way we build products is an example of our household product. Is that we have a basic coverage that is just covering the basics, that makes sure that negative risk selection and risk pooling is insured. Negative risk selection is avoided. And through a subscription to the base model, you get access to modular additional products, many of them being IoT triggered. And the first product that we're launching that really shows the potential of what we're building here is what we call Travel Light. So the right coverage at the right time, the geo-triggered use case, okay? So essentially, you get to the airport or get to the border of your country. You get a notification that you're leaving the country, and what we're offering you is an additional insurance coverage for your belongings when you're outside of the country, which is not covered by the base module. So you see your standard coverage, but then you have the possibility to just say, I just want to add a little bit more, right? You instantly see the amount per day that you're paying, right? And then when you're coming back into the country, it's automatically deactivated, right? So this is the first module we're creating as an addition to our household basic module. And in our partnership with Munich Re and in our partnership with Exxon Vibe, we are going to get to the capacity of developing dozens of these modules per week, okay? To really create the foundation for having insurance at a stage where we can proactively understand risks and ensure that the customer receives consciousness about these risks, right? It's the foundation of getting to this future. And I want to end on kind of the last piece, which is a big thing. And this big thing is called Nexus. Okay. So what you see here in the middle is what we have been building out with One over the last 12 months since its go live. It's a platform that connects One with its product innovation fully digital into the wefox platform. Via an insurer API and via an interface for insurance companies, one has the possibility to do three things. A, analyze all of the customer data of the wefox platform anonymized. So we have more than 1,000 data points per consumer on the wefox platform. So they can, for example, say, let's look at an insurance company example. We know the household insurance coverage is 30% more profitable with a certain cohort of customers that we can't target via any other distribution channel. So let's now look for that cohort. So all 25 to 35-year-olds that live in this postal code that are non-smokers, right? So now it would spit out the potential. The next step is the product builder. So based on this group of customers, I can now adjust my product. So let's say I just reduced the price, 20%. So I'm still 10% more profitable than with my average customer base, you know? But for the broker and for the customer, I have an amazing offer, right? The broker can approach his customer saying, you know, this type of offer you don't get anywhere in the market. Customer gets an off-market insurance product from his broker. He's happy. So one or insurance company has a win, more profitable growth. Broker has a win, amazing offering, exclusive for his customers. Customer has a win. Win, win, win. That's what wefox Group is all about. So win, win, win doesn't mean win, win, lose. So this is all that wefox Group is about, and what we're doing now is we're opening up the insurer API to further insurance companies. And we're allowing other insurance companies to analyze the potential on the wefox platform, to adjust their product offering to that cohort, and to then run a real-time sales campaign, seeing the revenues generated via that digital distribution platform. And on the other side, we understand wefox will be a strong digital distribution channel, but there are other digital distribution channels where customers will buy insurance. So for example, digital ecosystems, like an Uber, like a booking.com, like a Facebook. All of these places where customers spend their time, all of these players have a use case for insurance products integrated into their customer journey. And over the last years, I've received so many calls from tech company CEOs that said, guys, I have millions of users. I have an amazing use case for insurance. I want to integrate it as an upselling opportunity for myself, but also for the customers. And if I sit down with the big guys, with the AXA and Allianz, it sounds great. There's a lot of smart people, but it just takes forever and the result is nothing. It fails. What I need is a Stripe-like integration of flexible insurance coverage into my customer experience. Okay. We listen to the market and we will deliver with our distribution API, where any player that wants to integrate flexible insurance coverages into their digital customer experience can just hook up to this very, very simple API. So digital ecosystems, aggregators, but white label, but also your direct channels. And this is really where the strength comes from. Insurance companies being able to analyze the potential in all digital ecosystems. Then adjusting the products in real time with a very, very short time to market. And then running a real-time sales campaign on this customer base. And then having a dashboard where you can see the revenues generated via each channel. You can adjust campaigns. You can react to changing market demands. You can shut off campaigns. So this is really an amazing project that we've been building over the last 12 months, which is in great shape, which we will be releasing over the next 12 to 24 months to the market. Something I'm extremely excited about that really goes towards our vision. So this is a bit of an overview of the architecture that we're using in order to promote and build what we call Nexus as a project title at this point. So Nexus is a decentralized technology. So we have what we call nodes. So we have a insurer node and a distribution node, and these can be installed in the environment of the company. So one has installed the first node, the first insurer node in its environment. wefox has installed the first distribution node in its environment. The database are fully owned by the respective players. So now the production node has an interface for actuaries, analyze, adjust products, run real-time sales campaigns. Also here we have an interface for distribution. Understand your needs and make requests for products that you want to have a supply for from insurance companies. And the really exciting thing about it is once an insurance company installs a node, a Nexus node in their environment, they're going to instantly have access to all distribution nodes out there in real time, and they can start distributing on all of these distribution nodes, right? But insurance companies and distribution centers don't need to install a Nexus node. We also can integrate one-off via remote APIs, third-party products, if insurance companies have APIs, or market standards like a vPro, right? It's compatible with all of this. So, but once we've built a connection between Nexus and, for example, the Generali API or vPro API, we have a connector that we can then reuse over and over again. And the same goes here, right? Distribution channels don't need a node in their environment. Once we build it out once, there's a connector that can be installed. But the real strength is by implementing nodes in insurance environments and in distributed environments. So I'm extremely excited about this. This is a pure platform play, unlimited scalability, yeah? And has the potential to become a very, very strong profit center for the wefox group. So what we're really building here is a full-blown approach to reinvent insurance. The reason why insurance hasn't been disrupted yet is because it's so complicated. And we think that we cannot just work on a little piece of the value chain. We have a digital factory that helps build out Nexus as the backbone of the global digital insurance ecosystem of the future. And we have our own digital distribution channel that helps build it out from the distribution side. And wefox will always be the best integrator on each side. But we can only reinvent insurance at scale if we open it up for all insurance companies, if we open it up for all distribution channels. So yeah, I'm very excited about this future, and I thank you for listening. I hope it was relevant for you, and I'm very happy to receive your questions and delighted to answer them. So thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you all the best.